Alrighty then, good afternoon all you awesome people, Silver Dragon here, coming at you with something that I quite rarely do, but I am doing so once again here for this game. It's a Kickstarter for the Aegis effect. Now this is a game I've been aware of for quite some time now, back when they just had a website. They had a couple of bits of information, a few screenshots, or concept, not even screenshots, concept art pretty much. And I've been intrigued about this for quite a while, and it had popped up on Kickstarter for a while now, and I kind of regret that I hadn't done this kind of video sooner. It's only 12 days left to go there. As you can see, they're way off from their main goal. So I really do hope that we can, you know, slowly kick their way up there, at least get them generally close. I mean, I do hope we can get close to this thing. Now this is an interesting little sandbox survival game that will both be single player and multiplayer. According to what it says, at least in this description for the game itself. It'll be your typical kind of server-based single player. Let me go down there and actually get to the thing if I can. Yeah, single player, multiplayer, player-run servers designed on self-hostable servers, client architecture, so you can just host it on your own computer. You know, get your private, get your friends on there and go and kick some ass, take some names. But anyway, I am going to quickly run the video on. Let me see if I actually have this thing set up again properly. You might have, you know, knocked it out of place. So I'm just going to quickly run the 3-minute video here, so kind of show you what they have for it. And, yeah, enjoy. And then we'll kind of discuss from there.
Phi Theta Alpha, Phi Theta Alpha, the wolf is in the den. The blue haze has turned the population against itself. The first sign of infection is the eyes. They go black. They still know who they are, but they have no control. They will kill you. The haze is a dust.
90% explorable is always nice. Too many times for...
I need 2 minutes! If possible, filter all your breathing through gas masks, dust masks, a bandana, or a wet sheet for Christ's sake. Anything to help.
Man, I don't want to interrupt it.
Prevent exposure, quarantine the exposed, and kill infected. The only cure is death. Crystals emanate a blue luminescence. If you see it, run the other way. Do what you can! I need more time! Only fight when necessary, or if you have a well-armed unit. You should build a team, scavenge, learn new skills, craft new weapons, establish a base, and attain knowledge of the enemy.
Customization looks amazing for weapons. I mean, look at this thing. Jeez.
I cannot stress enough how important cooperation is. You need a team and make it mobile.
Epic vehicle customization.
You have to. Many of the older vehicles will run on biofuel. You need a safe location that can house your entire team. Concrete and steel are your best friends. The larger of the infected can plow through any modern housing that isn't reinforced.
So, base building.
Plan, prepare, execute. We the people have to work together. In order to survive, we need to put our differences aside.
And I really like how it's designed as well. If something does not fit properly or won't link properly to it, it will just fall off.
An overwhelming force. They need to be eliminated, but survival is imperative. If you do not survive, we cannot fight. But you must fight, if only to survive another day. And fight until you can no longer pull a trigger or swing a blade.
Now this is actually interesting as well for that, the electrical system. You actually make fully functional electrical systems that you hook up and build yourself.
Of a few, we are facing the total annihilation by an enemy we never knew existed. This is the Aegis effect. Let it conquer you or let it empower you. Just hold that door! We must resist until we can fight, then take the fight to the source. No government agency or military is coming to save us. It's up to you.
And then here's some of the combat. Obviously, this is still very early for combat, but you can see they already seem to have what almost one would consider a fully functional game just from what they show off. So you can see I am greatly looking forward to this. It seems like a really interesting, really fun little sandbox survival game. It's got, you know, very detailed weapon customization, vehicle customization, base building where you actually pick up scraps of metal and wood off the ground and you use that to build your base and such. The interesting part of which, of course, is if you try and build something, you know, that would not realistically work, then it would just fall apart in that sense. Like, I'm assuming if I tried to build like a sky bridge like I can on, say, you know, Project Zomboid or something like that, it wouldn't, or on the Dead Linger, it just wouldn't work. Something would need, like, if you wanted to build a wall and then a tower or something, you would have to actually put the supports in and then build a platform and all that kind of stuff. Otherwise, it would not function properly. So, yeah, and it's got, you know, parkouring and the ability to, you know, work your way around the city and such. The ability to walk through 90% of buildings, which is always, you know, how many times have we gone through and, you know, seen a building and been like, oh, I'd like to go inside there, and oh, wait, the door is glued shut. I can't go in. Or, oh, hey, the windows are unsmashable. I can't get in that way either. Oh, well. You know, the windows are made of steel. Damn straight. So, yeah, it's kind of fun like that. I am really looking forward to this. I really do hope that it does make the mark. If it doesn't, then I do hope they come up with some other kind of, you know, backing system on their main website that we can, you know, just go to instead. Because this is a really, really cool looking game, and I would definitely like to see more. Obviously, the main prime things I want to see more of at this point are, you know, the combat and the AI and how well they interact, and also some form of missions or something, you know, some kind of quest, something we can do, some kind of guidance we have to gain advantages or possibly even disadvantages if we ignore them, or if we have no choice but to choose from one or the other, you know. Obviously, there are certain points where you just can't do everything in a game like this, so one would expect to, you know, help in one area while having to sacrifice another area or something. Would be interesting. Primary goals provide you with the ultimate survival game, lots and lots of options, few restrictions, labor of love brought to by a group of gamers, all that good stuff. So I am, you know, it's just really interesting. We have the silent survival shotgun here, which is an exclusive weapon customization of the game. We have, I can't actually even zoom in on that. We have the actual sight here. We have the grip, the stock, and of course I believe this is a silencer for a shotgun. Like, I mean, you know, a shotgun needs one hell of a silencer, it seems. And look at this beast. Damn. That is one crazy looking silencer. But anyway, true open world sandbox gameplay. In order to build and protect, you must find and collect. So you have the entire city to scavenge for loot, supplies, weapons. You know, find a really nice building and, you know, turn it into a base. Structural engineering system is advanced building that allows you to virtually take any object, and small enough to move as building materials. So take that stop sign and plaster it to a window or something, you know, whatever it takes. Reinforce buildings by boarding up entry points, weld bars or sheet metal over the windows. Mechanical engineering for actually building the power supply and power sources, anything from like biofuels, the working electrical grid. So the entire electrical grid, essentially at this point, we've wasted all our fossil fuels. They've had to go to more, you know, biofuels and solar energy. So some of the city is still powered, but that may not necessarily mean that the building you want to build in is powered. So you may have to actually tap into the grid using the lines and wires and everything. Bring it into use the transit, which would be the lines, the electrical wires. Flow controller, which would be like a switch or a lever to, say, a master switch or a lever to turn on all the power, and then maybe a separate switch and lever to turn on separate electrical devices in the building. Such as lights. You can have a switch just for your lights, a switch to power your doors, you know, a switch for all kinds of stuff. Maybe they'll eventually have some traps that are electrical powered that we can use, which would be intriguing in that regard. But either way, you have to build this yourself, kind of thing. You know, everything in here is completely built by you, you know, scavenged and then built by you, which is really cool. 3D printing based crafting, decided in a more complex crafting system in the future. You know, we have 3D printers right now with laser cutting that is capable of creating some really cool stuff. So by 2080, imagine what amazing things they would have that could be laser crafted. Pretty much anything at that point, I would assume, would be laser crafted. Working power grid, yeah, it's right there, 80% of it. Advanced technology allowed us to automate over 80% of the process and such. So many areas of the city will have power. Vehicle customization looks really cool. I'm interested in seeing more of that. Again, you can see it's kind of, he pulls in here, he gets lifted up, and then starts customizing. I'm not sure if there's specific places where this will take place. I'm assuming there is going to be like garages set up around where you'll be able to do this hunting and gathering. Playing a survival game and your only source of food and medicine is prepackaged items that were available from before the catastrophe. It does to us too. So basically, hunting animals, gathering plants and herbs that you will use to build your own healing reagents and, you know, obviously to eat and live will be in there. It'll be interesting for that. They're working on the unpredictable AI, which is the main thing that I'm, you know, you can have an amazing sandbox game. You can have great crafting, which they have, great base building, openness with, you know, the ability to go through each and every building and look for whatever you need. But if you don't have a really good AI, really good, you know, enemies to fight or NPCs to help, then it's, you know, kind of drains the world. So that is the main thing that I'm looking at for this game, that I'm looking forward to seeing in the game, is, you know, more on the AI, see how they advance, how, you know, smart they're going to be in that sense, what we can do with them. Pardon me. And I hope we can find actual, you know, NPC survivors maybe as well. Would be nice, because obviously there's going to be us, the player, and maybe our other friends as players, and of course all these various types of, actually if I can go, of course all the stretch goals are, you know, completely obscured. I have no idea if we're ever going to reach that. We can start seeing some of the other critters right here, such as this exosuit, the behemoth turntable. Actually, I can even hit play on these. We can see these turntables going around here, and a survival turntable. Let's just hit all play on all these here. So we do seem to have survivors, which is nice. Let me just hit play on everything here. See the turntable on all these guys. Behemoth looks really interesting. So something like this is going to be ripping into your base and, you know, causing all kinds of hell. And the regular just infected. Couple bit of audio files, some more images and such, and it's really interesting. So I'm, you know, I really do hope that this does go through, because I would love to see them develop this further. And even if it doesn't, if the Kickstarter does end up failing, which at this point, you know, it's probably over halfway, and they've barely made a dent in what they need for this, I kind of think it's probably going to not quite make it unless we really do get a lot of people in on this here soon. That really do find us interesting, want to kick into it. God knows. But yeah, player customization, so you'll be able to quickly, you know, really customize your character. No preset classes in Aegis effect. Each character will have a host of skill sets available to them that they can both learn and improve on as you play. You can play as a scout, frontline, melee fighter, an auto mechanic, or a structural engineer. Simply play the game to do what you want to do. Your skills will improve. Both use the character education. Oh, we'll prove both through both use and character education. So maybe something like a book or somebody teaching you. Instruction manuals, yeah. Various learning manuals will be available through the game that allow you to study further, improve his or her skill trade. So that's actually pretty nice. So you can easily have, you know, players, say, you know, friend players that are specialized in certain things. Like you can see during the combat part of the actual video there at the very end, there was guns, there was, you know, rifles, pistols, also there was katana melee weapons, so I'm assuming there'll be various melee weapons, possibly even scavenged, you know, kind of makeshift axe or makeshift blade kind of weapons. I'm sure makeshift machete or something made out of scrap metal that's been, you know, sharpened and kind of serrated, is the term I'm looking for. You know, either way, even if the game was released right now as it is, it still seems like it is really fun, real playable, and I, you know, really can't wait for them to hopefully go through with it. You know, I kicked in at about 75. It's about all I got. It's all I could spare really for it. So I really do hope. I really hope it helps in that sense. But yeah. Yeah, that's about all I can say about it. It's just a really interesting, intriguing survival sandbox possibly horror experience in that sense, that hopefully if they can get a little bit more into it and nudge it up a bit, who knows, maybe someone else, maybe more people will basically just spread the word, you know, check it out. The description and not description. The link for this will be in the description, as well as the link to their main website and everything else. So definitely do check it out. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for watching. Have yourselves a great one. Check out this awesome game if you wish. And I'll see you all another time for some more indie Kickstarter madness at some point. Hopefully I'll find some more interesting ones. Lately, it's just been, there haven't been that many like truly mind-blowing ones to do that really needed any help. So, yeah. Anyway, see y'all another time. Dragon out.